That is the current chancellor, whose name he could not recall, not the late German chancellor, Helmut Kohl, who he told donors that he was meeting with just 2 years ago.
Forgetting the name of the former German chancellor while reporting on President Biden forgetting the name of the same guy doesn't help the argument that he's lost a step. In reality, his open anger at the topic being discussed after the special counsel put him on blast helps the argument much more.
Something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally out.
How bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak. That's
your memory has gotten worse, Mr. President?
My memory has not gotten. My memory is fine. My memory. Take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? You know, I guess I just forgot what was going on.
Mr. President.
Voters have concerns about your age. How are you going to assuage them? And do you fear that this report is only going to fuel further concerns about your age?
Only by some of you.
That's no way to pacify the insincere accusations or the genuine concerns that constituents have about Biden's sometimes slower and slurred speech patterns. The anger, frustration, and snippy rebuttals will have him teetering into Trump-like press conferences where reporters are the problem. If conservatives want to capitalize on the info that they were given after Biden's classified documents case went public, they should let him seethe. But angry and demeaning attacks are all they know.
And we talked about the mistakes the president made tonight after trying to convince America that he had a sound mind. What struck me the most was his back and forth with a reporter where she was saying that America is concerned about your mental acuity. And he said, that's your take. That's your opinion. That's your. And it really wasn't, because it's been happening all day. Very defensive about that.
Look, it does seem increasingly like a form of elder abuse, Trace. I mean, this is a man who was clearly personally hurt, personally insulted, but didn't have the mental acuity to process or even communicate the extent to which he had been hurt or insulted. And so the reality is this man is a puppet. The puppet masters who are wielding him have lost their use, and it's really just a sad situation to watch play out in plain sight.
So while your opponent is looking pretty bad in his response to revelations about his memory, Vivek Ramaswamy is sent out to call his press conferences elder abuse. The assumption is that every person watching simply wants to see a session of insults and analogies that evoke thoughts of old people being abused. Instead of pursuing the goal of proving he's incapable of doing his duties, it could actually generate feelings of disgust for the guy that thinks elder abuse is a fun topic to denigrate someone on. This is the same guy that Fox News conservatives admitted they'd want to avoid even in the most basic settings.
Vivek Ramaswamy, I think we always talk about all comers are welcome in the Republican Party. Great diverse field. The first debate in August, you watched him and said, okay, well, give this guy a shot. He's like your sister's new boyfriend. You're excited. He's coming over for Thanksgiving. He's rich. He's an entrepreneur. He's going to bring some really interesting, expensive food. And you're coming up on New Year's Eve and you're trying to concoct what kind of illness you're going to have, just so you don't have to spend the night with him.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we are with
Perfect
him.
analogy. Good analogy.
They dig so deep and have a thirst for the most personal subjects being used for destruction that they forget that many Americans might not be fueled by mocking even his family tragedies. The conversation then quickly shifts from his cognitive abilities as president to how relentless and heartless his detractors are. Then he says things like this.
I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events. There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business. Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of. Every Memorial Day, we hold a service remembering him, attended by friends and family and the people who loved him. I don't need anyone to remind me when he passed away or passed away.